needs little things to really become operative, and can really connect with the hinterland, with Syria and Turkey and Iraq by railway. And you can reach these countries in a matter of, as soon as this railway is completed, you can reach it in less than 24 hours. So in terms of, let's say, shipments and the like. So Lebanon is preparing itself to play a role within, let's say, the region that is best suited to serve. And it can really draw good lessons from the success story of Dubai, and try to avoid the problems that might have stricken Dubai or might have stricken other economies. And always we have to keep in mind that life will continue having the opportunities and having problems and having setbacks and being able to get out of these setbacks. So this is normal. I'd say that Lebanon has the determination, and based on the many qualities that it is really is known for, and the Arabs like it to have it in Lebanon, whether it is democracy, whether it's freedom, whether it's openness, whether it is free media and so on, listening posts. All these methods are of importance to Lebanon, and the Arabs, they like Lebanon to have these qualities. So this again will become some of the attractions that will attract people to come and establish in Lebanon.
Ali, if I just might go back to you on that question, what is your view? Do you think that we've seen in Dubai over the last decade that the creation of free zones has been a trigger, one might argue, for the success of Dubai to establish itself as a regional center? Do you think that this model, having free zones, is a part of the qualities, attributes a city in this region needs to establish itself?
I think one cannot argue that the success of Dubai has very much been driven by the free zone, whether it's the initiative, the airport free zone in United City and others. But I think particularly for countries like Lebanon, where there are obviously intrinsic issues, as you say, decision making takes certain time. So carving out, in my opinion, certain areas for the likes of information technology, where telecommunication laws, ownership, and other issues become easier. Logistics is another one, which are obvious, in my opinion, are definitely ones that would contribute positively to the acceleration of that competitive advantage, or realizing that competitive advantage that we all know is there.
But would you say in the creation of a free zone, it's a recognition that the legal infrastructure in itself is not sufficient to attract the business, so you need to create this island?
It is the legal infrastructure. Obviously, some of it is also the infrastructure.
The physical infrastructure.
The physical infrastructure is limiting. And therefore, the creation of free zone can help private sector take over and circumvent it.
Sure. We have a question over here. If you'd like to just grab that, pick it up. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elias Shahid from Denton WhatsApp in Beirut. I had a question for His Excellency. You mentioned in your speech administrative reform, reforms in general, and I was thinking in particular about administrative reform, which I know you endeavored to do, but did not necessarily succeed at doing, and it's not necessarily your fault. We all know the configuration in Lebanon. My question was, there was the creation of IDAL, the Investment Development Authority of Lebanon. And IDAL, for those who don't know, is some sort of a one-stop shop, for people to set up businesses in Lebanon. And we all know that one of the key economic factors for recognizing the countries and Beirut as a hub, let's say, is going to be the ease of doing business in that country. So why didn't we get rid of the red tape you mentioned and get rid of the corruption and reform the administration? And and this gentleman over there was talking about the free zones, and that's what Sean was saying earlier, isn't the existence of IDAL some sort of a proof that you cannot easily do business in Lebanon? What can we do to improve that?
And it's not your fault.
No. I think I have been, throughout my career as a finance minister and later on as a prime minister, very much involved in the process of reform. And this is something that I really believe in, without really underestimating the obstruction to this process. Effectively, in terms of my experience, there are, in every country, it varies in terms of extent. Everybody talks about reform, but little they really mean it, or are ready to really take that journey.
And is that because there's too many vested interests?
I recall there is a certain proverb in Arabic, I'll say it in Arabic, لا تستوحشوا طريق الحق بقلة سالكين. Those who are ready to take the journey are very few. Nevertheless, those who really believe in it, they will have to continue working for it. The aspect that has to do with administrative reform is something that is very important. We have devised a certain way of, let's say, selection of the top executives in the government administration. And we made some success. Now, this is being pursued not necessarily with the same vigor at the present time. And they are really believing that it is very important to really try to overcome the problem being imposed by the compassionate, let's say, reasons that you would have to really select a person from this confession or that confession and so on, and not necessarily on the basis of merit, always. But nevertheless, I think the process is going to gain more momentum, ultimately, if not because of a real will, because of real need. But the thing that I strongly believe, that the institution that was created some time ago, which is IDAR, it has already managed to really deal with a number of issues that were really very helpful in facilitating the process of establishing business. I strongly believe that in the final analysis, you as a businessman, at the end of the day, what you really want, you want to really be able to establish with the least hurdles and